We are back at Wrigley Field. It is now Monday morning. We head to the top of the 18th inning, 4-4. Oh, Al braving the cold. Mr. Friedman out there. Ish, a little crazy as always. He has more skills with those eyeballs. Kenny looks nice and warm though still. He's still grinding.
Still got the sun hat.
We got Rocky hiding back there somewhere. Oh, is that Duke on the right? Yep. Shit.
Wow. Chase on, you can't even recognize him.
No, they're just bundled up. But hey, Wade.
It's time for bed, Wade.
Not yet. Not yet.
Troopers.
And there's Andre in disbelief.
Think about the forearms he's going to have by tomorrow.
That's right. You have those Matt Holliday forearms. And
come on, Jared. Yeah, I was going to say, turn around. Don't run from the camera.
And
you
Jared's
can hear us.
Always looking GQ.
Matt behind the robot.
Yep. He's working the robot.
And Wynn running that one. Here we go, top 18. Hicks gets a bunt down, throw goes down the line. And Hicks is into second base to lead off the inning.
Well, that's should be a base hit and then an E2 that allows Hicks to go to second. But Hicks, with his first hit of the night now, he's been doing it all year with small ball and with the long ball. Here to lead off the 18th, he drops a bunt down. Contreras does a good job of getting to this ball quickly, and he's in position to complete the play, but that ball just drifts into the runner, into the baseline. No real opportunity for Rizzo, and the Yankees with an opportunity to break through.
Baez, by the way, was going after that ball and really limping too. Baez has a very sore left foot. Rizzo has a sore left forearm.
From this game.
Yes, both happening in this game. And now they're on high alert on the corners with a runner at second, nobody out, and Torreyes, the batter, he squares. He gets it down. Only play is to first, and they'll get him with a sacrifice. As Baez in a little more discomfort, it looks like. Sacrifice moves Hicks to third.
Nice execution here by Torreyes, getting that bunt down, and Stroke throws strongly to first, but Torreyes gets that job down, and now a chance for the Yankees to grab the lead.
Infield in, of course. Go ahead run at third with the one out in the 18th for Starlin Castro. And you can hear Yankee fans here with their "Let's Go Yankees" chant. Cubbies fans trying to drown them out. Castro 0 for 7. There are a lot of guys in this game who are a little for a lot.
Yes.
In terms of hits and at bats.
True story.
Yeah. Castro 0 for 7. Gregorius 0 for 7. Romine 0 for 7. Chasing up and in, 1-2.
The frustration of Castro after he swung and missed at the first fastball, up and out of the zone.
She is definitely the fan of the game.
Yep.
Castro hit a home run Saturday night / yesterday's game, if you will, for the Yankees. He came in and still is the leading hitter in the American League, but he's lost 23 points on his average tonight by
Let's see if
putting up an 0
Stroke
for 7.
goes back upstairs with that fastball. After Castro has chased it twice. If you're Castro, you know it's in there somewhere.
Ground ball to short. Runner coming home. Throw is wide, and the Yankees have the lead.
Well, the ball gets to Addison Russell quickly enough to where he can't really gain momentum to get around and get enough on this throw. Hicks is going on contact, and he runs pretty well. With that ball to his left, he just can't square up enough. He knows he's got to get a lot on the throw, and quickly. Not much of an opportunity there. And finally, the Yankees break through.
Five, 4 Yankees, top 18. Fielder's choice RBI for Castro when the batter is Sanchez. The Cubs tied it 2 hours and 44 minutes ago. Now the Yankees have the lead in the top of the 18th inning. Longest game in baseball this year. Bunt single, throwing error, sacrifice, fielder's choice, and a run for the Yankees. Strop can't find the zone. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 18th. It'll be Baez, Schwarber, Bryant, with the pitcher due up 5th. Three and one. Sanchez with a base hit into center field. Castro stops at second. And here comes Chris Bosio. Well, we'd like to welcome those of you in the Mountain Time Zone to Monday. The Yankees lead the Cubs 5-4 in the 18th inning here at Wrigley Field. In an absolutely wild game with the Cubs scoring 3 runs in the bottom of the 9th. The tying run coming in when Aroldis Chapman hit Anthony Rizzo with a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, hit him in the forearm, forced home the tying run, and no scoring between the bottom of the 9th and just moments ago when the Yankees took the lead on a fielder's choice to lead 5-4. There have been more strikeouts in this game than in any game in Major League history. And the Yankees are up 1 with 2 men on and 1 out for Didi Gregorius. The Yankees trying to sweep the series. Gregorius 0 for 7. Strop unable to throw strikes right now. Two and 0 the count.
Yeah, Dan, I agree with your choice for fan of the game, that little girl, but also from what I'm told on Twitter, we have fans watching on the USS Carl Vinson in the Western Pacific. I think that's tomorrow or the next day or which time zone, but anyway, they're locked into this game.
Well, we are glad to have them with us.
Yes.
Western Pacific. That means they're still on Sunday.
Thank you to all the men and women aboard and everything they do, and glad to have them along for the ride with us tonight. Rizzo, Russell, And they'll get the one out at second. Fielder's choice, first and third, 2 down.
Here comes Chasen Shreve to the plate.
Which means he's going to keep pitching. This is Chasen Shreve's first major league at bat. And a lot of firsts in this game. Takes a strike over the inside corner, 1-1. Again, Baez, Schwarber, and Bryant in the bottom of the 18th as Gregorius took second on the last pitch. He went around, says Cowboy Joe. 1-2. Ground ball to third. Tricky play for Bryant, and he makes it to get Shreve and end the inning. But the Yankees have a run. And we go to the bottom of the 18th. Baez, Schwarber, and Bryant comes down by 1.
Inside the rack houses of Jim Beam, every barrel's aged 4 long years for a fuller, smoother flavor. Our history's made from the inside. How will you make yours?
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, isn't it time to let the real you shine through? Introducing Otezla, a Premolast. Otezla is not an injection or a cream. It's a pill that treats plaque psoriasis differently. Some people who took Otezla saw 75% clearer skin after 4 months. And Otezla's prescribing information has no requirement for routine lab monitoring. Don't take Otezla if you are allergic to any of its ingredients. Otezla may increase the risk of depression. Tell your doctor if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts, or if these feelings develop. Some people taking Otezla reported weight loss. Your doctor should monitor your weight and may stop treatment. Side effects may include diarrhea, nausea, upper respiratory tract infection, and headache. Tell your doctor about all the medicines you take and if you're pregnant or planning to be. Ask your dermatologist about Otezla today. Otezla. Show more of you.
Sir?
You the law?
We've had some complaints of... Is that a fire?
There's your payoff, deputy. Get!
Velveeta shells and cheese. There's gold in them there shells.
18th inning, and the Yankees have a 5-4 lead. They just scratched across a run in the top half of the inning, and if you nod it off, here's how it happened. Infield in, runner at third, throw home, not in time. Hicks will score on the fielder's choice RBI by Starlin Castro. The Yankees, after giving up 3 in the bottom of the 9th, score a run in the top of the 18th. It is 5-4 New York. In the longest interleague game of all time, longest Sunday night game of all time, longest game in baseball this season, and a game in which there have been more strikeouts than any game ever in the history of this great sport. Chasen Shreve is back for his 3rd inning of relief. Baez, Schwarber, Bryant stand in his way. Rizzo would be up 4th. Worth mentioning, the pitcher spot is 5th. And I would have to believe if it got that far, it's either Strop or it's Kyle Hendricks. That's all they've got.
Right.
Right. Unless we're missing something. Hayward. Twice the spot has come around and Hayward has not hit. He's got a knuckle injury. He has not played the last couple of days. Joe Madden has already used Arrieta and Lackey. Well, let's see if it gets that far and what the situation is. Baez homered earlier in this game. Also had an RBI single in the 9th inning as part of the comeback. Also fouled the ball off his foot in the at-bat in which he homered and has been in some discomfort since. Well, this would be a tough one for the Cubs if they lose the game. Baez, see what the status of the foot is. Rizzo clearly bothered by the forearm. Ground ball right at Castro. One down.
And then not to mention a pen that's been used a lot in the first month of the season. Gets used a lot tonight, obviously, as they get ready to head to Colorado.
Joe Madden keeping his energy and intensity up. Joe Girardi doing the same on the other side. Kyle Schwarber, the batter. Schwarber 2 for 6, 2 doubles, 2 walks. Oh.
Oh. She's a fan of the game. Don't leave now. Beat the traffic.
So this game, 18 innings. Cubs bullpen has pitched 11. Yesterday, Brett Anderson only got 1 out, right?
Yeah.
So that's 8 2/3. That's 19 2/3 innings out of the bullpen just in the last 2 days. Hector Rondon is up. If it goes to the 19th.
Shreve now at 34 pitches. That fastball still looked like it had some good life on it, even though it was only 91 miles an hour. The first came in, it was 93, 94.
And Joe Girardi has his last available reliever up, Tommy Lane, in case he's needed this inning. Peoria, Illinois native Joe Girardi, Northwestern grad, former Cub, managing the Yankees here at Wrigley Field. Swing and a miss. Schwarber gone. A big second out. What a job so far by Chasen Shreve. He is 1 out away from delivering his team a victory in a sweep of the world champions. Sports Center next. Chris Bryant up for the Cubs. 1 for 7 on the night. They have played a double header's worth of baseball all in one game here tonight at Wrigley Field. And the Yankees are 1 out away from a sweep and from their 19th win in their last 24 games. They're the hottest team in baseball.
And you got to really, I think, look to be, even though it's 2-0, aggressive here if you're Bryant. With Rizzo on deck, if Bryant's to get on base here and the pitcher spot due after Rizzo, they'll just put him on. So you got to look to really do some damage here and maybe even expand.
3-0.
You almost got to yell at him, hey, be swinging here. I mean, even if it's out of the zone, you want to extend this at bat and give yourself a chance to do some damage.
Rizzo banged up after being hit by a Chapman pitch back in the 9th. Ball 4. So here comes Rizzo, and who will be in the on deck circle is the question. And they're going to put him on right away. Joe Girardi says put him on. And they're going to pitch to a pitcher. Is it Hendricks?
Yep.
Kyle Hendricks. Here comes Larry Rothschild.
What do you think the report is on Hendricks?
Kyle Hendricks in his career been in the National League, been a starting pitcher, so he's had some opportunities, but just a 105 hitter in 152 at bats. He has 16 career hits, one of them a double, the other 15 singles. So Arrieta pinch hit, Lackey pinch hit, now Hendricks pinch hitting. '18th inning, Chasen Shreve facing Kyle Hendricks with the tying run at second and the winning run at first. Here we go. And a knee-high strike, 0-1. Took the changeup low, a ball and a strike. Addison Russell's on deck if somehow Hendricks can get on.
If you're Hendricks, you're just trying to get him to elevate the ball just a little bit. Again, at 43 pitches here for Shreve. The fastball has fallen off from a velocity standpoint about 3 or 4 miles an hour from where he started. Just hoping you can get a mistake up and out over the plate.
Got a pitch in the zone, but he swung through it, 1-2. And the Yankees are a strike away from victory in a 3-game sweep here at Wrigley. Swing and a miss, and it is over. The Yankees win it in 18 innings. And Chasen Shreve deserves a hug. 3 innings, he picks up the victory. The Cubs fall to 1 game over 500, and the Yankees stay hot. They blew a lead in the 9th, but they eventually win it 9 innings later and sweep the Cubs, upping their record to a very impressive 20-9 on the season in a very strange, memorable night.
And what a finish to the weekend. I mean, you think about just how these two teams have competed throughout the weekend, with the game winner for the Yankees and a home run of Brett Gardner on Friday night, and then tonight to be able to finish it off, not as long as they'd want, but in 18 over the Cubs.
Chasen Shreve picks up the win, pitching the 16th, 17th, and 18th innings. The run scores on a fielder's choice, a bunt single, an error, a sacrifice, and a fielder's choice, accounting for the winning run. Yankees win again. Let's send it down to Buster.
Starlin, what was his game like to play in?
Oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, good team plays. We not scored wrong. 18 innings. You know, I think that's the longest game that I play.
What was it like to play in that?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. You know, I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think it's a great. The best thing is we won that game.
You came up in the top of the 18th inning. You swung and missed, and you gave a strong reaction. You were angry at yourself. What were you thinking?
Yeah, I just swing the pitches that I'm supposed to swing. You know, I just looking for pitches that I can put in play, or do a fly ball or something. But I get in mind there because I swing that pitch. But after that, I just get in my approach and put the ball in play in the wrong score. You and the Cubs set a record for total strikeouts in a game. What do you think? Wow, it's unbelievable. You know, I think that's a game is gonna be in the people memory for so many years.
Starlin, thanks. Dan, back to you.
Buster, thank you. Job well done. Some long faces, and you can understand why on the Cubs side of the field. To tie it in the 9th and lose it in 18 The Yankees relieved to pick up the win. They have now won 5 in a row and are 20-9 on the season. It took 18 innings. The Yankees win 5-4. For Aaron Boone, Jessica Mendoza, Buster Olney, all the great people on our crew who brought you baseball for 6 hours tonight, a job well done. I'm Dan Shulman saying thanks for watching. We mean it. And so long from Rick.
Yeah, a night of records. Another record was set for the first time ever. The star of the game interview was of a guy who went 0 for 8. Well done. But yes, the Yankees sweep the Cubs. John Butchergross and Steve Levy. It's a glamorous job, kids, if you can get it. Welcome to SportsCenter. It's after 2 a.m. Eastern time, but we're wide awake and we're not tired yet.
Fortunately, neither team has a day game tomorrow or today. The Yankees are off to Cincinnati. The Cubs will hop a plane to Denver to play the Rockies tomorrow night or tonight, depending upon how you look at things. Pick it up when it gets good. Bottom 9, Aroldis Chapman on for the saves against his former mates. Cubs trailing 4-1. First and second for Albert Almora Jr. in the center. Addison Russell scores from second. Okay, it's 4-2. But a 3-run lead with Chapman on, it's like automatic, like money in the bank. Javier Baez singles by Didi Gregorius. John Jay scores. Still 4-3. There's one out. Intentional walk to Chris Bryant. Anthony Rizzo steps up, and Chapman hits him. HBP. That's how Almora Jr. scores to tie the game. Chapman is out. Chappie. The first 3-run blown save for him since 2012. Top of the 12th now. Chase Headley. Foul ball down the left field line. Kyle Schwarber makes the grab.
Jeter-esque.
According to the advanced metrics, Schwarber's been one of the worst left fielders in the majors. But not on this play. What a grab. Nice. There's no padding there. All brick and mortar.
Oh, scrape, scrape, scrape. Oh, my belly.
Rizzo and the fans enjoying it. And we would continue on. Give me some more baseball. We say we go to the 14th. Runner on first. Here's Jake Arrieta. Grabs a bat. What's he gonna? Are they still selling beer in the 14th?
No, we're not. Smuggled in.
That's an old beer. Stale.
Helicoptered in.
Arrieta strikes out. Over 500 pitches were thrown in the game. A fresh set of baseballs needed. Somebody rub those up with that mud they use. Bottom 16. Still tied at 4. 1 on and 2 outs. Chasen Shreve had himself a game. He strikes out John Lackey. 43rd strikeout of the game. Ties the big league record for most strikeouts in a single game. That ended the 16th. It's the first ever Sunday night baseball game on ESPN to go 17. Pedro Strop gets Austin Romine. 44th K of the game. Sets the new record. In the 18th, Aaron Hicks lays it down, beats the throw. He'll go to second on a throwing error by Wilson Contreras. 2 batters later, runner on third. Starlin Castro. Ground ball to short. Addison Russell's throw home is offline, and Hicks comes in to score. The Yanks go up 5-4. Bottom of the 18th. Cubs have first and second for the pinch hitter Kyle Hendricks. Nothing doing against Chasen Shreve, one of 7 pitchers used by the Yankees in what turns out to be a win. Marathon and then some. Lasted over 6 hours. 48 strikeouts total, the most in a game in Major League Baseball history. No hitter has 48 strikeouts alone this season. Joey Gallo has 47. It's the first interleague game to go 18, and according to our friends at Elias, it's the longest game in Sunday Night Baseball history in both innings and time. A most manageable 6 hours and 5 minutes total. And now to the NBA playoffs. The Spurs and Rockets, Game 4. James Harden and Houston trying to get even against Kawhi Leonard and San Antonio. Patrick Beverley playing with a heavy heart as his grandfather passed away. Special moment for him. First points of the game belong to Beverley. Raises his hand up after he makes the basket. Tough moment here for the Rockets. Jonathan Simmons, the drive. He's fouled by Nene. After the foul, starts limping, goes to the bench, had to leave the game. Groin injury. Would head to the hospital to get it checked out, did not return. Harden and Leonard, they were leading their teams in the first half, as you might expect. Here's Harden, all by himself. He had 14.7 assists in that first half. Then Leonard, over a screen, hits the bucket, and he's fouled. That's a page out of Harden's playbook. Leonard, 14 points, 4 assists in the first half. Let's go to the third. Rockets up 8. Harden doing that little thing against LaMarcus Aldridge. Sticks a 3 right in his face. That's awkward and uncomfortable, and brilliant talent from Harden. And then later, another scary moment for Houston. Harden collides with Patty Mills, knee on knee. He'd be able to walk it off, come out of the timeout, and then I guess the knee's fine. Falling back, fadeaway 3 over Pau Gasol. And then Harden, when he misses, it's even okay, because Beverly has the board. Harden the kick to Eric Gordon. Get everybody involved. Rockets went on a 22-6 run in the third quarter. It's the NBA playoffs, and everybody makes a run. Rockets up 12. Harden over Simmons. And then in the closing seconds of the quarter, Harden to Ryan Anderson. Everyone involved. Rockets up 15 after 3. Let's go to the fourth now. Really more of the same. Houston by 15. And it's Gordon from 3 land. He had 22, and Harden enjoying it from the bench, and then says, get me back in the game. Put me back in. I got more 3s left in me. Harden had 28 and 12. Rockets win 125-104 to even the series. Here's James with a mindset heading in.
I just try to, like I said, play with pace. Once we got stops, just be aggressive, and whether it's getting to the basket or, making an open pass. But I think, my body movement was key. Just pushing the ball. But the whole purpose of that was just to get stops. We got stops and we were out.
We'll stress it the whole game. We love to have a tempo the whole game. Probably is not realistic, but we'll keep pushing it, because that's what we do, and that's how we get 3s. And that's no matter what scheme they have defensively, you don't have a scheme in transition. You just have get back guys, and so we have to take advantage of that. And that's where we're good.
Our Bible begins with transition defense. And if it's not there, then we're just not ready to go. But if you'd have seen the clips of our transition D, you would have traded all the players and fired me by the end of the game. So it was that bad. But they were that intense, and they were that focused, and they were that professional, and we were not.
Here's a look now inside the Rockets' run at the beginning of the third quarter. Rockets were up by 2 at the start of the run. And when it was all said and done with, they were up by 18. Spurs missed all 5 of their 3s during the Houston run. Rockets at 6 of 9 from deep. We welcome Stephen A. Smith now to this fine television program. Look, it wasn't the Wizards' third quarter, but the Rockets had them a good third quarter surge, and they figured out their 3-point shooting, and that would appear to be at least one of the keys to this game. What do you think? The series all even now?
Well, it's all even, because when the Rockets are hitting 3s, they win. When they're not, they lose. Tonight, you got 22 points from Eric Gordon off the bench. You had Louis Williams giving you 13 points. There was a Ryan Anderson sighting. He showed up. Trevor Ariza hit some shots as well and made a contribution. And James Harden was stellar, pretty much as he usually is. Not against Kawhi Leonard, because going against a defensive player of the year like Kawhi Leonard is always tough for anybody, especially for James Harden. But nevertheless, he still was very, very effective with everybody else. So when you look at the Houston Rockets, again, they hit 22 of 50 3-point shots in Game 1. They had 19 of 43 in Game 4. That means they're getting shots in three-point shots, because they're pushing the ball up the floor. They're getting shots in transition. They're beating San Antonio up the floor and enabling themselves to get shots before San Antonio can get its defense set. And that's how you beat the Spurs if you're the Houston Rockets. If you get in the half-court sets because you're not pushing the ball up the floor and you're not rebounding, you're going to play right into San Antonio's hands, because they're exceptionally well coached. They know how to play together, and Houston isn't the greatest half-court team in the world. They have athletes. They've got guys who can shoot. They've got a superstar in James Harden, but their half-court offense is nothing to brag home about. San Antonio knows that, which is why they should prioritize getting back on defense more.
Stephen, along those lines, on Tuesday night in San Antonio, do the Rockets break 100 points? Because that seems to be their magic number. That's their formula. They go over 100 like they did in this one with a $125. They win the game. What about Tuesday night?
It depends on how bad they want it. I mean, the fact is that they won game 1, didn't look like themselves in game 2, blew a lead in game 3. These are the kind of things that they've got to avoid doing. They've got to show up and go for the jugular. It's 2-2. If you win game 5, you come back to Houston with an opportunity to close San Antonio out as opposed to going back to San Antonio for a game 7. If you are these guys, you've got to know the importance of that. You've got to take the bull by the horn and really, really go for it. If they come out like that and they're determined and hell-bent on doing just that, recognizing they're also playing with house money because you can still go back to Houston for game 6. This is not the end. You can put San Antonio on its heels and make sure they understand they're the ones under immense pressure instead of yourself. But if you're lackadaisical or you're lacking focus, it will cost you. It depends on which Rockets team shows up. They hit shots, they win. They don't hit three-pointers, they lose. It's that simple to me.
It does appear to be that simple. Nothing else is as black and white as that is. Stephen A. Smith will join us later in SportsCenter with much more on the NBA playoffs. We mentioned earlier, Rockets guard Patrick Beverley played Sunday's Game 4 with a heavy heart after his grandfather had passed away. Motioned upwards after making his first shot of the game. He was consoled by teammates following the contest. He was emotional, as you might expect, speaking to the media afterwards.
And I try to go out there and play as hard as I could for my teammates tonight, man. And it was just tough. I had to be there for my grandmother. I mean, that's the only man she knew for the last 26 years. I had to be there for my mom. I had to be there for my cousins back home in Chicago. It's just tough, man. It's tough. It's so tough, man, because everybody know I work so extremely hard to prove myself each and every night, and to have somebody that was right there supporting me the whole way. Wore my jerseys every single day of his life. Wore my Russian jerseys every single day of his life, man. To have a person like that, man, just been taken from you is hard. It's so hard, but it's a bigger plan. And I'm gonna keep my faith, of course, and I'm gonna be there for my family. But anyone who has grandparents, mothers, whatever, to have them taken away from you is super, super hard.
The NBA playoffs stopped for no one. Life moves on. We saw it with Isaiah Thomas, the passing away of his sister, and came back with a big game. And Beverley showed his family name well also by playing with this heavy heart and playing an outstanding game in a Rockets victory.
Yeah, I like him a lot. He's an emotional guy. It's my kind of guy. He'll be a great coach, great TV guy when he's done. And that's really, I never had a close relationship with my grandparents. I live far away, and it must be really a different, special kind of relationship. Did you have a close one with your grandparents?
Yes, close with 3 of them. I loved what he said also. I got to be there for my grandmother.
Right.
Because the grandfather's the only man she's ever known. So that was kind of insane.
Meanwhile, Cleveland Cavaliers became just the 3rd defending champion ever to win their first 8 playoff games. They took care of business on Sunday. 2001 Lakers went on to win the final. 89 Lakers lost to the Pistons in the finals. How about the Cavs after winning their first 8? Well, here's how they did it. Not vroom, vroom, John Anderson. Broom, broom. Cavs some. LeBron, boy, he is playing maybe the best basketball of his career. NBA record in potential series clinching games. Michael Jordan, 30-13. LeBron, 30-9. Got the late call there. As you can see, Ibaka clearly with the left arm on the hip, the right arm around his right pec. LeBron eventually got the call and the and one. He'd make the free throw. Ties the game early. 11 of 22 from the floor. 5 of 12 shooting threes. 8 of 9 from the free throw line. 6 assists. Had a block shot. 35 points or more in all 4 games of the series. Fourth quarter, Kyrie took over. Wasn't real good for most of the game. And so you see Toronto has the lead with 6:15 to go. And then Kyrie goes nuts. He went on an 11-0 run. finished with 27 points and had 9 assists as well to lead the Cavaliers. LeBron had good things to say about Irving's run after the game.
Once you put the talent and then the experience and then the mind, you know, you really start to see what he's capable of doing. And the habits that he's built over the last 3 years have put him in a position where you can always rely on him no matter what's going on.
Cavs pulled away late. LeBron, as I mentioned, was 5 of 12 shooting threes. Cavaliers are building a good bench as well. Korver 4 of 6, Fry 2 of 3 from 3 off the bench. Even Darren Williams popped one in, but it really was all about LeBron. 35 points, another sweep.
You know, it's never satisfying. You know, I think once I'm done, I can have a long conversation about how satisfied I was with this series or that guy or whatever the case may be. But as I'm in the midst of it, it's not satisfying, but it is rewarding when you can advance. I mean, it's not you know, just given to you. You have to go out and earn it. And once again, I'm part of a team that's been able to advance to the Eastern Conference Finals, and it's going to be my 9th time in 14 years. So I take those numbers.
Not really a fair fight. The Cavs dominate because LeBron dominates. According to Elias, he's the first player in NBA postseason history to score at least 35 points in every game of a 4-game sweep. Kyrie, again, his main distributor. Team high 9 assists in Game 4. For the series, averaged 8.5 per game, easily his most ever in a single series. Cavs have now won their last 11 playoff games, going back to Game 5 of last year's final. Remember, down 3-1, win the final, 2 straight sweeps. 11 straight playoff games they have won, first time since the 0-1 Lakers.
You gotta give them credit, man. They're a hell of a team for a reason. You know, they got one of the greatest players of all time. You know, it's on us to be able to, you know, let this sink in and understand we gotta come back extremely better. If we had LeBron on our team too, we would have won. You know, we could say that. We could say that all day, time, everything, but, you know, we didn't. You know, it happened. You know, we got swept. And, you know, it's going to be one of them long summers for us.
No Kyle Lowry, no chance. Cavaliers seem to be on a collision course with the Warriors in the finals. Both teams undefeated so far in the postseason. Cavs actually scoring a little more per game than Golden State. Dubs have won by over 15 points per game, however. Cavs have won by an average of 9.6. Cleveland shooting much better from 3. They lead all playoff teams in 3-point field goal percentage. I mentioned Korver was 4 of 6 off the bench on Sunday. Warriors, they're just shooting 34% from 3. Skinny Love by Eau Claire or Wisconsin's Justin Vernon might be Bon Iver's finest construction. I asked Twitter that question on Sunday, and 55% of you said yes, it was. You know who else is feeling skinny love? Boston Red Sox fans. A thin mint. Chris Sale's starts have become Roger Clemens, Pedro Martinez events for Nation fans. Like Pedro, Sale works fast and filthy, and the giant ectomorph should be 5-0 entering Sunday's start in Minnesota. Instead, a lack of run support had Sale at 1-2 for a 1-loss record. 10 strikeouts in each of his last 5 starts. That's tied with Pedro for a Red Sox record.
It's special. You know, I don't put a whole lot of weight in those kind of things, numbers, stats, that kind of stuff. But when you're talking about him, it's special.
And by him, he means Pedro. Off to a good start. Again, I mentioned he works fast and filthy. 8 strikeouts through 4, and the Red Sox actually got him some run support in this game. So things were looking real good. However, in a jam in the 5th. But gets Escobar there. 9 strikeouts. Looking for that magic number 10 again. There it is. 6 innings, 4 earned. Not his best effort, but 6 straight games with 10 Ks. A bit of a command issue, but in the end, his boys scored plenty of runs for Chris Sale. He deserved it. He's been pitching outstanding all-star game starter stuff. So another one. He's up to 73 punch-outs this season in his first 7 starts with the Red Sox. That's the most strikeouts in a pitcher's first 7 starts with a new team since the mound was moved to its current distance in 1893. The only other guy to get 70 is Randy Johnson, who struck out 71 in his first 7 starts with the D-backs in '99, and he did it the year before in his first 7 starts with the Houston Astros.
Oh, by the way, the Red Sox bats exploded in the 9th inning. Were people really complaining about this 9th inning went too long? There's a reason for it. Red Sox ordered with one run in the ninth, give an 8-6 lead. Then Mitch Moreland, a double to right, 2-run score. The Red Sox have 3 in the inning, and they were just getting started. The next batter, Chris Young, a double to right. 2 more runs coming to score. So that's 5 pairs of Red Sox, if you will. Talk about adding on insurance runs after a pitching change. Sandy Leon, get out of town. 2nd of the game, 4th of the year. Red Sox 7 in the inning. They still weren't done. Xander Bogaerts batting with 1st and 3rd down the right field line. Robbie Grossman can't get there, we'll say. And the ball goes rolling to the right. Bogaerts ends up with a triple. Red Sox with 9 runs, finished with 10. They scored 3 more runs in the 9th. They did the previous 8 innings combined. Same number of extra base hits. The Red Sox win 17-6 through the outfield dance. As for their basketball neighbors, the Celtics, not so much. Got their doors blown off by the Wizards in D.C. Michael Wilbon will join us next on the one and only ESPN Sports Center.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC and get nearly $9,500 total value on select specially equipped 2017 Sierra Crew Cab SLT vehicles in stock.
You're gonna rock the party.
And it's all tied up in Chicago.
I got this. Game over.
When you got flow, you know. New Gatorade Flow. All the flavor with a new smooth finish.
Call you back. Is this my car?
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments,
This is ridiculous!
there's one of these.
Is this my car? What? This is ridiculous.
This can't be happening!
This can't be happening.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart.
Oh, it's happening, sweetheart. Shut up.
Shut up!
That's why State Farm is there.
What a day.
With car insurance for when things go wrong.
What a day!
But also here with car loans to help life go right. State Farm.
Juan Rodriguez Chavez and his family fought to become American citizens. He wasn't born here, but that fact never once crossed his mind. For 4 times he put himself in harm's way to save the men who were. Since 1925, we've proved that it doesn't matter where you come from, it matters what you're made of. Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit.
They were always side by side, but trapped in the friend zone until finally they got together. Check it out. I'm talking about the taco and burrito. Double the seasoned beef, shredded cheese, and crunchy chips. The new loaded taco burrito, just $1.49, only at Taco Bell.
I am Benedict Arnold, the infamous traitor, and I know a thing or two about trading. So I trade with E-Trade, where true traders trade on a trademark trade platform that has all
the computer, traitor!
I won't.
In preparation for man's journey to Mars, NASA requested applications for space travel candidates. It takes ambition, a can-do attitude, and a lot of moxie to be chosen for one of the most coveted positions in the universe. Runners-up? We invite you to apply to our management trainee program at 84 Lumber.
Just gonna do a little cut.
Jim. Yeah. I think you need to let go of the air booster. Why don't we sell it on Let Go?
I'll take it.
It's time to snap, post, chat, and sell. It's time to let go.
Tomorrow, one mother is about to get one mother of a surprise live on national TV.
Right now, right here.
And she won't see it coming. And this week, Emerald's going to surprise another mom with breakfast in bed.
This is going to be so sweet.
On GMA.
Sports Center, brought to you by Let Go. It's time to snap, post, chat, and sell. It's time to let go. Gatorade, the proven sports fuel, and Taco Bell's new loaded taco burrito.
What Scoop DeVille is to Los Angeles, John Wall was to the Wizards Sunday night. He can lay claim as the best player in this series after 4 games. And boy, this team has been going on runs. 16-0 run in game 1, 14-0 run game 2, 22-0 run game 3. Game 4, even better. Isaiah Thomas, one of his 6 turnovers. Wall with the left hand, 4-0 run. Wall didn't shoot it great, 8 of 25, but did make all 9 of his free throws and had 12 of those assists. 11-0 run. Otto Porter Jr. The steal. He had 18 points, efficient 7 of 9 shooting. Not done yet. Avery Bradley. Other way we go, and Wall. And 1. Again, he made all 9 free throws in the game. 19-0 run. Celtics actually had a 12-point lead in this game at one juncture. There's another turnover. Smart. Bradley Beal. 29 points for Beal. He was 11 of 16 from the floor, 3 of 6 from three-point land, 4 of 4 from the line. Wall again. 24-0 run. Again, 27-12 for John Wall. And they would extend it to a 26-0 run during the third quarter. Outscored the Celtics 42-20 in the third quarter. And they even the series at 2. They win 121-102. Markieff Morris, he had 16 points, 10 rebounds, and a quote. Blow them the F out. Just keep pressing them. Go up by 50 if we can. That's the mindset I feel like all of us had. Let's go inside that 26-0 run. Washington trailed by 5 in the start and led by 21 at the end of that third quarter. All 5 Wizards on the court during the run scored. The Celtics had 8 turnovers during that run, 4 by Isaiah Thomas. He had 19 points in the game. 2 of the 8 turnovers were shot clock violations. Wizards took advantage. They scored 19 points off those 8 turnovers and wasn't afraid to run. They scored 12 fast break points during the run. They had 9 all game prior to that. Isaiah Thomas, he attempted 0 free throws. What about that, Isaiah?
I think, especially in that third quarter, I might have hit the ground 5 or 6 straight times. And I'm not the one that likes hitting the ground. So I think it got to be called differently. Not saying that's the reason why we lost. They went on a 26-0 run, and we can't have that on the road, but I can't allow it to be held and grabbed every pin down, every screen, and I don't even shoot 1 free throw. I play the same way each and every night. So I think, that has to change.
I feel like we're in control. We have the momentum coming home and winning our 2 games. We feel like we can win there. We know we can. We just got to do a better job of, like you said, taking care of those leads we get and just playing smart basketball down the stretch.
Michael Wilbon, a big factor in basketball games is having the best player. It appears the Wizards have the best player in this series in John Wall. He's leading some impressive runs, another big one in Game 4. What's it like to watch John Wall play basketball in person? How fast is he?
John, he is a blast furnace. He's going up and down the court faster than anyone. Brad Stevens, the Celtics coach, said this, and he said, when he's in transition like that, he's just impossible to guard, and he is. John Wall is probably with the ball, faster than anybody in the league, and that would include his own Isaiah Thomas, which is difficult to conceive for many people, but John Wall's a blur, and he was 0 for 9, John, to start this game but he got it together, said he needed to get himself some easier baskets, layups, and he got a lot of them, and he produced a lot of them for his teammates. They went from down 12 to up 26. So they had a 38-point swing in this game in essentially 2 quarters. That's a big turnaround, and John Wall was right in the center of it.
Do you feel like the Celtics are stunned? Yes, they don't have to win on the road to win the series. Of course, the Wizards do. But as you looked in their eyes and listened to Brad Stevens, they must be disappointed in their efforts in games 3 and 4. Where do you think their state of mind is now?
Well, you know what? I think more than stunned, John, it might be overwhelmed. And the tough part is it isn't the effort. I mean, he gave us every indication after this game that it was just an execution. But the issue becomes, what else can Brad Stevens do himself? And he talked about trying to find advantages for his team. What else can he do, particularly if his star, Isaiah Thomas, is going to be blanketed by some pretty tough Washington Wizards defense?
Yeah, just 19 points for Thomas. After the game, Michael, he vented about the officiating. We've seen him on the floor a lot trying to deal with the screen and roll and how the Wizards are defending that. He's on the floor a lot trying to draw fouls. What's your take about Isaiah Thomas now as he looks ahead, maybe trying to get some calls for Game 5?
Well, it was clear, you know, before he got a technical foul in the 4th quarter, you could just look at him and see this was brewing. I mean, he was tired. He was frustrated. The Wizards were running at trapping him, you know, at the top when they can. What they don't want to see, they don't mind him hitting threes, even though they don't want him to sort of hit 3 straight like he did early in this game. What they don't want is Isaiah Thomas going right down the lane to the rim and either laying the ball in or dishing out to teammates for open threes. That's the sort of defensive philosophy that ultimately broke the Chicago Bulls even after they had a 2-0 lead. And the Wizards aren't planning to be part 2 of that sort of strategy. They want to take Isaiah Thomas out of this now. When this thing moves to Boston Wednesday, what kind of whistle is there going to be? Is Isaiah Thomas going to be on the better end of that whistle and live with the foul line? Didn't get to the foul line in Game 4. So it's hard to see that happening again. But Isaiah Thomas is frustrated. And again, Brad Stevens talked about him as the head coach being able to put Isaiah Thomas primarily in a better position, and that's the task, and they got an extra day. They've got Monday and Tuesday to figure it out before Wednesday's Game 5.
He's a different player in Boston. Someone will be up 3-2 and return to the gym next Friday where Michael Wilbon is. Thank you, Michael.
Thanks, John.
All right, fellas, the Mets have suspended Matt Harvey for 3 days, sent him home, violation of team rules. Team isn't saying what rules Harvey broke. Fox Sports and ESPN's Buster Olney report that Harvey did not show up for Saturday's game at Citi Field. Said he had a migraine. New York Daily News also reports the suspension is a result of a compilation of issues dating back to last year. His teammate Jose Reyes on the suspension of the Dark Knight.
We disappointed. I mean, you know, we have to understand we are employee. I mean, you have to come to your job every day. The team put a rule saying it's spin training, and everybody know here what the rules are. So when you miss that, that's not acceptable.
Harvey was scheduled to face Giancarlo Stanton on Sunday. It was replaced by AAA call-up Adam Wilk. That's a tough spot to put the call-up in. Wilk had a rough road, like in the top of the first with second and third. Stanton get out of town to the tune of 425 feet. Love to have seen Harvey's reaction while watching on his couch on TV. Stanton's ninth, Marlins had a 3-0 lead. Top of the third here, Stanton. Another solo drive, this one 447. Stanton has the second most home runs for a National League player against a single opponent since 2010. 31 such home runs. The Marlins beat Wilk and the Mets by a score of 7-0. It's his 6th career multi-home run game against the Mets. That's tied with Willie Mays for the second most ever. Mays went on to be a New York Met. The only guy with more against the Amazons, Willie McCovey, who had 8 such games in his Hall of Fame career.
Worth his weight in chin pillow fluffiness. Jason Worth, the last year of that 7-year, $126 million deal he signed with the Nats from Philadelphia. And what a day he had in Philly on Sunday. Second homer of the game. Max Scherzer booing the fans in Philly that are booing Worth. Worth making $21 million this year. in the last year of that 7-year, $126 million deal. You can see the most visiting home runs at Citizens since 2011, of course, non-Phillies. All right, looking good for the Nats, picking apples, making pies, but bottom 8, we are tied. Aaron Altair ties the game at 5 to the bottom of the 10th, and the Phillies have been involved in 7 walk-offs this year. 4 losses, but 3 wins. Sacrifice fly, Freddie Galvis, Herrera scores, and the Phillies, oh, happy day in extras.
Welcome to the Levy Lounge, starting Barry Melrose. You had to think the Oilers were done after blowing that 3-0 lead in the final 4 minutes.
I didn't think they were going to come back from that. That's a tough thing to face 2 days later against a team like Anaheim, who's got a lot of Stanley Cup experience on their team. I thought that team would show up, the Ducks, and take control of the situation and hammer the young Oilers into submission and go on to the next round.
Things were rather different in the first period.
Kind of different.
From Edmonton. Game 6, Ducks-Oilers, first elimination game for Edmonton since the 06 Stanley Cup Final against the Hurricanes, a game they won at home. Less than 3 minutes in, Leon Draisaitl hooked on the breakaway, managed to score anyway.
He comes in with a breakaway, he unleashes a wicked rich shot. Oh, no, he doesn't. He fans on it and goes through the goalie's legs. You try that in practice sometimes. You never think it's going to work in a game, but it did.
More good forechecking by Edmonton. Milan Lucic finds Draisaitl in front. What a series Draisaitl's having.
Some great defensive work in front of the net by the Ducks. Watch right here, puck goes. Everybody's playing the puck. Nobody's taking the man. Spin-a-rama backhand by Draisaitl. Again, under the goaltender on the ice.
Randy Carlyle called a timeout. Would that help?
No, it just took an extra 30 minutes off our lives because right away, Zach Kassian has a breakaway, and he shoots between the goalie's legs along the ice. You see a trend here? Well, the trend's over because the goalie got pulled, and a new goaltender, Bernier, came in to finish the game.
Gibson out, Bernier in. They could have used 3 or 4 goalies tonight.
They should have used them both at the same time. That's what they should have did.
Kassian enjoying his moment, no question. We're still in the first period, people. It's 4-0. Mark Letestu. One-timer.
Well, obviously, penalties are starting. The frustration by the Ducks. They're going to start taking their pound of flesh. Just a beautiful passing play right here. Letestu had a great game also. He's sort of the go-to guy on their power play. He scores a lot of goals from that position, even with McDavid on the ice.
All right, so the Ducks are on the board. It is 6-1, 4.5 to play in the second. How about this passing to Draisaitl for the hat?
Hey, was that Yari Curry and Wayne Gretzky going down the ice back and forth, give and go? Draisaitl getting the goal. 5 points for him. Fantastic passing play. Lucic, a lot of those $40 Canadian hats coming down, even if it is with the metric system. It's a good job.
With the great one in the house, Draisaitl has 13 points in the series. Let's get to Barry's best. Brought to you by Lexus.
Leaves, you get 5 points, 3 goals. You get a Lexus right here. Draisaitl had a fantastic game. He's had a fantastic series. He's had a fantastic year for the Edmonton Oilers. Big German, lots of muscle. He's very skilled. He's got a nice set of hands. He scores goals. He goes to the traffic areas. He's a great fit with McDavid, and he is rewarded with the Lexus tonight. Great job, Leon Draisaitl.
All right, really, Barry, nothing to X and O here in this kind of game when Edmonton had a 6-0 lead. Let's look ahead to Wednesday in Game 7.
Well, obviously, the Ducks are just going to throw away that tape. All they're going to see in that tape is our goaltenders aren't very good, and that doesn't help you right now. Gibson's got to be better. That just isn't good enough to play goal in a game like this, in a series like this. So he's got to match the goaltender at the other end of the rink, Cam Talbot. If he does, I think the Ducks have that experience we talked about. Getzlaf, Perry, Kessler, all those guys, I think they're going to respond with a big game. I still think the Ducks will win this series, but after today, boy, I'm not nearly as confident as I was 2 days ago.
Ducks' 4th straight loss when leading a series 3-2. They went on to lose Game 7.
He got a history.
Randy Carlisle's like, hey, that wasn't me. That's not on me. That's somebody else. Thoughts from Barry Melrose. More Barry, more pucks. Later here on SportsCenter.
Barry's Best is brought to you by Lexus. Experience amazing.
Meet Sebastian Terry, an Australian adventurer in pursuit of completing his extraordinary list of 100 things SC featured. The list is next.
Responsive performance. Safety-minded. Best-in-class cargo space. Ready for the road. This is the high-performing, Acura RDX. And this is how we make it.
Visit your local Acura dealer for attractive offers on the RDX.
The Steakhouse King has it all. It's got a half pound of beef, crispy bacon, steak sauce. It's like you hit the jackpot.
Cha-ching! A half pound of beef, steakhouse sauce, bacon, and crispy onions. Try the new Steakhouse King or the Bacon King, only at Burger King.
With Advil, you'll ask, what twisted ankle? What muscle strain? Advil makes pain a distant memory. Nothing works faster, stronger, or longer. What? Pain. Advil.
Getting food to hungry older Americans cannot stop, and it won't. Hey, these are our parents and our grandparents out there. Let's start talking about how we can really get to the root of the problem.
Hey, we hear you. Fighting hunger doesn't stop here. I'm working with AARP Foundation's Drive In Hunger team to change the national conversation around hunger, bring experts together, and make programs better than ever. If you don't think we're in this together when you think AARP, then you don't know ARP. Learn more at aarp.org/possibilities.
Of course, 7-Up is delicious alone. But ladies, did you know you can make lots of stuff with 7-Up?
I didn't.
Try adding it to lemon cake for an extra kick on pinochle night.
What else can you do with 7-Up?
Well, you could mix 7-Up with whiskey and drink it at this underground fight club.
Esther?
You know Esther?
We thought you were dead. We went to your funeral. Well, turns out I'm alive.
In summary, you can do a lot with 7-Up and your dead friend's a cage fighter. 7-Up. Mix it up a little.
Hang on.
See the film critics are calling Marvel Studios at its best.
Now, listen to them explain why in more detail.
Rolling Stone calls it a wild summer ride. It's laugh out loud funny, epic, awe-inspiring. It's out of this world.
Good. Wait, it's at a what?
It's metaphorical! Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, rated PG-13, now playing.
Walter, seal all doors behind us. We'll bring it to us. Where is it, Walter?
Closing on your position.
Alien Covenant. Experience it in IMAX, May 19th. Rated R.
Introducing the LG G6, the big screen that fits in your hand. Buy the LG G6 and get a Google Home on us, plus a $200 trade-in credit at Verizon.
John Butchergoss, Steve Levy back with you. Dustin Johnson's first PGA tournament since he fell down some stairs on the eve of round 1 of the Masters. Had a chance to extend his win streak to 4. Only Byron Nelson, Tiger Woods, Ben Hogan, and Jackie Burke Jr. have won 4 consecutive PGA Tour events. How about that? Dustin was outstanding again, off to a slow start, but he would hit 75% of his greens in regulation. That led the field. How would you like to mow my lawn? To the clubhouse, tied for the lead, 9 under. Pat Perez had a terrific round. Third shot on the par 5 18th. Playing in Wilmington. This is normally in Charlotte, the Wells Fargo. PGA Championship there this year, so the crowd was great in Wilmington. And Pat Perez, he ties for the clubhouse lead. So it looks like we're probably going to have a 2-man playoff. There's DJ, Paulina Gretzky, Pat Perez, and a little Brian Harmon, 5'7". He's got a beautiful backswing. Here on the 17th hole. He stuffs it. He'd make that one to the 18th. Looks like we're going to have a 3-way playoff. Very difficult chip. Got to be careful. It barely trickles on the green. He's got a 28 feet 4 inches. So it looks like a Dustin Johnson, Pat Perez, Brian Harmon, 3-man playoff. Harmon. Got it! 28 feet 4 inches. He birdied 17 and 18 for his second career win.
San Diego has long been known by those in the show as the best stop in the National League. Now, most of that is weather-related. I mean, it's 72 and perfect every day. Also factoring into that rep, you had a good chance of beating the Padres. Skip loved it because you never had to worry about rearranging your starting rotation due to rain delays or rainouts. Petco doesn't even own a tarp. Okay, I made that last part up. And then Sunday happened. The Dodgers and Padres were rained out. They actually had to reschedule a game, September the 2nd. Just the third rain out in Petco Park history. That's out of 1,067 games. How's your sunny and 72 right about now? Well, it was fine just 2 hours up the road in Anaheim. The Angels have been rained out at home twice since 1995. Mike Trout missing his second straight game. Hammy, Matt Shoemaker. Some first pitch mistakes on Sunday. Jose Altuve with 2 aboard, and that's the first pitch, and Altuve tells him what he can do with that. The Tube, as I like to call him, it's his 5th home run of the season. The Astros lead 4-3 in the 7th. Shoemaker, first pitch, breaking ball over the middle of the plate. Evan Gattis knows what to do with that. His third. Shoemaker, 6 innings, 5 earned. The Stros win 5-3.
I like to play the drums. I think I'm getting good, but I can handle criticism. Dr. Worm and They Might Be Giants in Cincinnati against the first-place Reds. Billy Hamilton, he can run fast. Second inning, and check how fast he gets this triple. 10.53 seconds. He becomes the first Reds player to triple in 3 straight games since Deion Sanders in '97. All right, so 10.53 seconds to go from home to third. Now check out John Cueto. Third inning, you're out. So Cueto, check out how long it takes for him to get back to the dugout. He's going to take his good old time. Again, back to Hamilton. He gets his triple from home to third. There. Meanwhile, Cueto, we're just showing you the replay because he's still walking back to the dugout. And he's walking. And okay, now we're really picking up the pace. Come on, John. Okay. 44.15 seconds it would eventually take Johnny Cueto to get back to the dugout. Any day now. The Reds win again 4-0. They've won 8 of 9. In fact, we have Hamilton with, 4 triples. He's fast. Johnny's slow. Reds have won 8 of 9. I mentioned Giants not good. They're 5-12 in the last 17. Monday Night Baseball matchup has Buster Posey and the slumping Giants starting a 3-game set against Jay Bruce and the Mets. All kinds of drama circulating around them as well. This will be some fun baseball talk in action as well.
Sports Center to follow.
Sports Center to follow. John Butchergrass, Steve Levy.
Still to come on SC Featured. One man's journey to complete his list of 100 things changes course when he gets to number 26.
Complete strangers just walked over to us, kind of sensing what had happened, and they just started giving Mark hugs. It was the best thing that I've ever done in my life, and it was as simple as helping someone.
Saturday, IndyCar heads to Indianapolis. Drivers gear up and get ready for a 14-turn thriller on the greatest racetrack in the world. The IndyCar Grand Prix of Indianapolis, Saturday at 3:30 p.m. Eastern on ABC.
Our team is the heart and soul of this beach.
Hold on, you're like a giant hairless gorilla. You turn the canals into the damn X Games. We were in lifeguard pursuits. Police do pursuits. When you do it, it's just some guys chasing some other guys.
You gotta get some hard evidence. I need you to check for needle marks.
Oh, it smells like yogurt.
Lift it higher. Oh, there is a hole. That's just as good. I'm posting that.
Baywatch, rated R.
No bars. Oh no, looks like somebody needs a new network. When I got this unlimited plan, they told me they were all the same. They're not. Verizon has the largest, most reliable 4G LTE network in America. It's basically made for places like this.
Honey, what if it was just us out here?
Right. So I ordered you a car. Thank you. You don't want to be out here at night because of the coyotes. Okay, thanks, bud. Bye. Be nice to have your car for some shelter. Bye.
When it really, really matters, you need the best network and the best unlimited. Just $45 per line for 4 lines.
What if technology gave us the power to turn this enemy into an ally?
Microsoft and its partners are using smart traps to capture mosquitoes and sequence their DNA to fight disease. There are over 100 million pieces of DNA in every sample. With the Microsoft Cloud, we can analyze the data faster than ever before. If we can detect new viruses before they spread, we may someday prevent outbreaks before they begin.
I'm Invests, and as a vested investor invests, I invest with E-Trade, where investors can investigate and invest. Invests. Or not invests.
This is my retirement. Retiring retired tires, and I never get tired of it. Are you entirely prepared to retire? Plan your never-tiring, retired tires retirement with E-Trade.
We know how it feels to be treated like a trophy. Waxed, buffed, and shined. Driven to award shows, parties, and across so many silver screens. We have seen the glory come, go, and come again. But a Cadillac is no trophy, no museum piece. This is our future, and it will inspire every car that follows. Intermission is over. This is how we drive the world forward.
You know 7-Up goes great with punch, but try mixing it with fresh cut fruit and sangria. It's the perfect drink for when you go raving in the desert. Like that time you told your wife you were at the regional sales conference.
Wait, what?
Remember, last March with Steve? Or use it to make a white wine spritzer, perfect for hanging out with 2 Chainz.
I love your rap music.
I have a helicopter.
Ooh.
We should be going. You don't like boats?
I like boats, and I love all these 7-Up mixed drinks. 7-Up, mix it up a little.
Sebastian Terry is a 35-year-old Australian native who has been on an adventure of a lifetime since 2006. While traveling the world in pursuit of completing an ambitious list of 100 things, Seb discovered the meaning of his mission would go far beyond finding his own happiness. Here is this week's SC Featured, The List.
This is SC Featured. This is the power of sports.
People always ask me why I do the ridiculous things I do. We all have 2 choices in life: to walk the path of comfort or strive for the things that make us feel alive. Yoo-hoo! I just never liked the term bucket list. Yeah, I don't think death should be the ultimate motivator. I think living should be the motivator. My name's Sebastian Terry, and I have a list of 100 things that I'm trying to do to be happier in life. We all have the potential to do whatever it is that we dream of doing. The key to achieving things is giving yourself permission in the first place to consider who you are, what you are, where you've come from. I grew up in Sydney, Australia, where as a kid I hung out on the northern beaches with Chris. We played on the same rugby teams and rode surf boats together. He was one of my closest mates. At 24, I was struggling to find purpose in life and what would make me happy. One night, I got a phone call telling me Chris had passed away tragically. I was in shock. I felt empty. Losing a close friend so early in life completely crushed me and led me to question everything. If Chris could relive his life again, if he knew somehow that he had only 24 years on Earth, if he just knew that in hindsight, would he live the same life or would he have changed everything? I don't think he would actually change a thing about his life if given a chance. I then turned that question on myself at 24, and after about 2 minutes of consideration, I just realised that I would change everything. My reaction was to grab a piece of paper and a pen, because as I saw it, I just wasn't happy. And I decided to write down a list of things that I hoped would bring a smile to my face if I was to try them. So one thing turned into 10, into 20, into 50, and I was just full of emotion. I suddenly had this bit of paper in front of me, which I saw as my opportunity to change my life. So I decided essentially to drop everything in my life to pursue this strange list of 100 things.
One of the harder items on the list is to kiss a celebrity, whether you consider it... 3, 2, 1, go! There it is! Woo! That's pretty crazy. Knock, knock. Who's there? Sebastian Terry. Oh my God! Number 70, namesake, baby!
Now, it's time to embarrass him. Let's see how we go.
Number 89, visit the Playboy Mansion. That's a tick.
You see, living on my island, see something different every day. It's enough to write a song, surrounded by sky and the clouds way up high. I wish that I could tell someone about my island in the sun.
I felt really empowered. I knew I needed to be happy. I prioritised that in my life, and I changed everything so that I could pursue my list. I was just excited. I knew this was important to me, and I just threw myself at it 100%.
It was a crazy idea. It was out of the box, and it wasn't something that I'd heard of before, so I had a few reservations. I can definitely tell you 2 that really worried me. The first one was hitchhiking across America, because I have seen so many horror movies about people getting kidnapped and killed. And so that one worried me.
I'm not lying. I made it. I've just hitchhiked from the east coast of America. Good for you.
The other one that worried me was him going to Colombia to get shot by a gun. I really didn't want him to do that one, and I didn't sleep for weeks leading up to it.
What? Is that it? I'm alive.
As I continued to tick items from my list, people began to take interest in following my journey.
We're with 100 Things adventurer Seb Terry. Now, Seb, what else have you got on the list that you need to tick off?
There is one thing, number 26, is to help a stranger. And I think that's a fairly easy one. So I guess, I don't know if there's anyone in the audience or anyone listening on TV, but I just want to help a stranger.
I was contacted by a man named Mark. When I met Mark, I immediately felt for him and saw a man in need. Mark suffers from Lyme's disease, combined with additional immune and genetic factors which damaged his nervous system. His body and speech are practically paralysed, but his mind remains really sharp. I asked him what I could help him with. He said that he'd always wanted to complete a half marathon, and he just said, push me. Once we actually finished, we crossed the line and we congratulated each other and gave Mark a hug. Complete strangers just walked over to us, kind of sensing what had happened, and they just started giving Mark hugs too. It was the best thing that I've ever done in my life, and it was as simple as helping someone.
At the end, I felt alive. It was magical. It's about love, connecting, and being human.
I'd helped myself enough, and the first person I helped was Mark. And from that moment on, I haven't stopped helping other people.
When this journey first started, it was all about Seb. And now it's evolved into something so much bigger. It's now about people helping people.
Hello.
Hello.
How are you?
Nervous.
Nervous?
Yes.
Why would you be nervous? You're jumping out of a plane.
I was contacted by a woman named Shoni who suffers from multiple brain tumours. She wanted more than anything to skydive. When you get onto a plane and they tell you that an oxygen mask will fall down from the ceiling in case of an emergency, and they tell you specifically to put yours on first before helping any others. I think in life you have to look after yourself first. You have to be in pursuit of the person you truly are. And when you get there, you're able to then help others. You're better equipped to do so.
I'll always be able to look at this moment and think,
This guy, who I don't even know, has made such an impact on my life, and he's doing that not just for me, but for other people. He's changing lives just by doing what he loves, and today, help a stranger, that was me.
I thought it would take 100 things to find happiness. But strangely, it was number 26, Help a Stranger, that gave me a true sense of purpose. I gave myself permission to ask a question to myself, and the answer for me has changed my life. And it's a question that anyone can ask themselves. What's on your list?
Seb Terry believes, quote, we're all here to help each other. We just don't know how. And is currently working to solve that problem by developing an app that creates a space for people to both help and to be helped. To date, Seb has completed 72 of the 100 items on his list. For more on Seb's journey, listen to The List podcast, found in the Listen tab of the ESPN app.
Still to come here on SportsCenter. Is LeBron James still improving? We'll hear from his coach and the coach he blew out, and Stephen A. Smith, all on LeBron James when SportsCenter continues.
Geico Motorcycle. Great rates for great rides.
Starbucks Double Shot Energy. It's the bold taste of real Starbucks coffee, blended with a variety of delicious flavors. For the energy you need all day and the great taste you want right now. Starbucks Double Shot.
You do know the experts at Midas will tell you what needs fixing now and what can wait, right? Like, I don't know, brakes?
Of course I do. Get up to $100 back on a 2-axle brake service with your Midas credit card, now at Midas.
Dear Predictable, there's no other way to say this. It's over. I found a permanent escape from monotony. Together, we are perfectly balanced. Our senses awake. Our hearts racing as one. I know this is sudden, but they say if you love something, set it free. See you around, Julia. It's okay.
Inconsciente, a été transportée à l'hôpital.
Aí, Pedro, preciso de você na caixa, Davi, ajuda ele.
哎，对，你先把那弄上，对。
In the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived? 'Cause I'm only human, after all. And you're only human, after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
Start your Sunday with a story. E60, Sundays at 9 on ESPN.
Where do I look?
I love you, Mom, to the moon and back.
If you like it, it's from your son, me. If you don't like it, I think I saw your new neighbors drop it off.
Thank you for everything, from giving me my loud voice to making meatballs.
And I wouldn't trade you for the world.
You are the greatest mom anyone could wish for.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Making Mom's Day is easy with ProFlowers. In just 2 minutes, send the gift of fresh, beautiful flowers, a unique vase, and exclusive accessories. Give Mom a dozen colorful roses in a glass vase starting at $19.99. That's 50% off. Go to proflowers.com, click the mic in the upper right, and enter promo code SURPRISE. For just $10 more, double the roses and get our relaxing spa set. Our 7-point quality check means 7 days of freshness or your money back. To save 50%, click the mic and enter promo code SURPRISE for this special offer. Satisfaction guaranteed, or we'll refund or replace your order. Mother's Day is May 14th. Order today.
The Cavaliers have been the portrait of dominance
And LeBron James is playing at a level that we haven't seen in a few years from him. Cavaliers looking for another sweep here. And here's LeBron, room service. James putting a muscle in his hustle and one. Folks, he is as locked in as he has ever been during the playoffs. Irving a deep three. Oh, wow. Kyrie the killer. Well, they move on by virtue of a 4-0 sweep.
Yeah, to execute as close to 48 minutes as possible on both ends. So that was key for our team.
Well, LeBron went off this series, averaging 36 a game, which is his most ever in a sweep. Incredibly efficient, shooting over 57%, including just under 50% from three. But it's really dominated was near the rim. He made 25 of 34 attempts in the paint against Toronto, just bullied them in there. Overall this postseason, he's made 62 buckets in the paint, more than any other player.
We're joined now by Stephen A. Smith, and this might sound crazy, but to me it looks like LeBron's actually getting better. He's improving, Stephen A. Is this the best basketball he's played in his NBA career to this point?
It's the most comfortable that I've seen him. I mean, if you want to say the best, if you take into account just all around, obviously it's right up there because of the way he's leading the troops around him. Every single game, somebody else produces. One day it's Kyrie Irving, another day it's Kevin Love. Today it was Kyle Korver coming off the bench and hitting 16 points in the first half. Channing Frye is hitting three-pointers, and you just see the level of comfort and confidence that the team has because they know they have LeBron James. And I think it's a level of appreciation not only that they should have, but the rest of us should have, because we all know that the Golden State Warriors are a well-oiled machine. They are coming for it. They believe they should be the reigning two-time defending NBA champions. And now that they've got one of the greatest players in the world in Kevin Durant, they are clearly coming to claim it. It's going to take a Jordan-esque performance to stop them, to derail them. And right now, that appears to be LeBron James, because we all know he has to be with his A game in order to stop the Golden State Warriors. And he seems to have his A game on the money. He seems to be rolling. It is definitely something special to watch right now.
I'm glad you mentioned the Warriors. Who loses a single playoff game first, Cleveland or Golden State?
Oh, well, to me, I think that's easy. I think that's the Golden State Warriors. I mean, because whether it's Houston or San Antonio, they're formidable teams. They're the 2 and 3 seed in the entire NBA. When you look at the Eastern Conference, and regardless of what you're seeing from the Washington Wizards right now, who I predicted would make it to the conference finals against the Cleveland Cavaliers or the Boston Celtics themselves, it's going to be tough for them to win a game, let alone 2 games against the Cleveland Cavaliers, the way the Cavs are looking right now with LeBron James leading the way. I'm not saying it couldn't happen, but the bottom line is if you had to take money out of your pocket and bet your dollars on who would lose a game first, chances are San Antonio or Houston would have a better shot at derailing Golden State for a game or 2 before Boston or Washington did in the Eastern Conference. I think that's an easy question.
Everybody wants to fast forward to Golden State, Cleveland. The NBA Finals will not move up. So if those two teams, should they sweep in the 3rd round, it could be a wait of an eternity until the NBA Finals start June 1st on ABC. That's Stephen A. Smith.
All right.
Bikers walk their motorcycles past his home to keep the noise down. He is the most interesting analyst in the world, Barry Melrose. We got some Rene a la vodka for you there, Barry.
That was he was pretty hot tonight.
Nashville Predators are 4 wins away from you getting to go to Nashville to smoke your
Stanley
cigars.
Cup Finals. Do you believe it?
That's like your Nirvana.
That would be the Nirvana. I keep telling people that'll be the greatest Stanley Cup we've had maybe in 50 years.
Oh, they brought out Kevin Fiala. Of course, his season is over with the broken bone in his leg, getting the fans down there in Nashville ready.
Lady Antebellum sang the national anthem, did a great job.
But they're down 1-0, Barry, early second period until Roman Josi ties the game.
Roman Josi is making himself a household name. This is an unbelievable play. Watch the defense basically change positions with the forwards. The defensemen are down low. The forwards take their point position. Interchangeable defensemen. Chicago started that first, and Josi just gets a beautiful pass, and he one-times it by the goaltender. Spectacular play by the defenseman.
In the 3rd, Colton Parayko pinching, but the Preds forced a turnover. Ryan Johansson beat Parayko. We go back the other way, and you want to see the definition of sauce? It's right there. perfect pass, and it's 2-1 Nashville.
Yeah, Arvidsson makes a pass. He's flying. He's not scoring in this series, but he had a great game here and not many chances. And you're right, Johansson beats Parayko up the ice and makes a beautiful play on the goaltender, Allen, right there. But just a great, great pass by Arvidsson. He made that play happen.
That is hot, frothy vodka sauce. And from there, Rene and company do the rest.
Yeah, foot race, you hate it as a defenseman. Yarncroc works into the wide open net. Nashville deserved it. They were the better team in this series. St. Louis gave them all they could handle, but I'll tell you, that Nashville team with that defense they got in Pekka Rinne, they're going to be challenging for anybody that plays them.
Especially because, Barry, they are so good at home. They may have the best home ice advantage right now of the remaining teams in the Stanley Cup playoffs.
And what I like about this team, number one, their goaltender is the best goalie in the playoffs so far, hands down, better than anybody else. And their defense score. Their defense outscore their forwards. So the Johansson line didn't do much in this series, apart from get the goal today. But the defense are scoring. Oshie scored just about every game. Ellis is scoring just about every game. Subban had a great first game where he got 3 points. So very tough to handle offense and defense when they join the rush with forwards. And Nashville's defense are flying right now.
They might have the best group of defensemen left.
They do.
The goalie's this good.
If we're going that deep, if you're looking at the whole six, yeah, I think they do.
They're legit.
They are legit there.
First time they reach the conference final. Nashville, 4 more wins, and you're in heaven.
I like the word
Country
Nirvana.
music.
I like Nirvana.
That's his soundtrack, man.
Levy's star of the night, Buffalo Bills quarterback Cardale Jones. Kind of odd timing, right? Not really. Drafted last year by the Bills, he graduated today from Ohio State. Like most of us, he's grown up over the years, learned a thing or two. Remember his 2012 tweet that garnered national attention? He had deleted it, but it's another good lesson for you young people out there. Nothing is ever truly deleted. While as a Buckeye, he tweeted, "Why should we have to go to class if we came here to play football? We ain't come to play school. Classes are pointless." Well, fast forward to today, graduation day, poking some fun at himself on his graduation cap, letters and a number, sort of spelling out, "Someone once said we ain't come here to play school." Jones led Ohio State to a national championship after the 2014 season. He made his NFL debut with the Bills this past January. But by today's actions, it's a lesson learned with a hint of self-deprecation. It's a nice touch. Earning Cardale, the Levy star of the night.
How did you get out of that plane? There's not a single scratch on your body.
You are alive because of what you've discovered. She selected you as the vessel for the ultimate evil. What's happening to me? The very essence of evil calls to you now. Rated PG-13.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was just like, oh, I have to have it.
Is it suede?
Suede. Love suede.
State Farm knows that for every one of those moments, there's one of these.
Well, I love it. This piece is so you. I know, right? I saw it and I was like, have to have it. Is it suede? It's suede. I love suede.
That's why we're there with renter's insurance when things go wrong, but also here with a rewards credit card to help life go right. State Farm.
Introducing the LG G6, the big screen that fits in your hand. For a limited time, get the LG G6 at AT&T for 50% off and get a Google Home on us.
At Red Lobster Seafood Trios, you don't have to choose just one thing. Choose your trio with any 3 of 9 selections for $15.99. Like new creamy lobster pasta, toasted Parmesan shrimp, and Southern-style crab cakes. Come create your trio before it ends.
It's not how fast you mow, it's how well you mow fast.
It's not how fast you mow.
It's how well you move fast.
They're not just words to mow by, they're words to live by. The John Deere Z-Track Z345R.
Today we're going to be comparing the roll-form steel bed of the Chevy Silverado to the aluminum bed of this competitor's truck.
Awesome.
Yeah. First, let's check out the aluminum bed of this truck.
Wow.
Holy moly. Full-on crack here. Now let's check out the steel bed of the Silverado.
I'd expect more dents.
No holes.
Current qualified lessees can get this Silverado All-Star Edition for around $249 a month. Plus, find your tag and get an additional $1,500 lease cash on select Silverado pickups in stock. Find new roads at your local Chevy dealer.
Of course, 7-Up is delicious alone. But ladies, did you know you can make lots of stuff with 7-Up?
I didn't.
Try adding it to lemon cake for an extra kick on Pinochle night.
What else can you do with 7-Up?
Well, you could mix 7-Up with whiskey and drink it at this underground fight club.
Esther?
You know Esther?
We thought you were dead. We went to your funeral.
Well, turns out I'm alive.
In summary, you could do a lot with 7-Up and your dead friend's a cage fighter. 7-Up. Mix it up a little.
In preparation for man's journey to Mars, NASA requested applications for space travel candidates. It takes ambition, a can-do attitude, and a lot of moxie to be chosen for one of the most coveted positions in the universe. Runners-up? We invite you to apply to our management trainee program at 84 Lumber.
With E-Trade's powerful trading tools right at your fingertips, you have access to in-depth analysis, level 2 data, and a team of experienced traders ready to help you if you need it. It's like having the power of a trading floor wherever you are. It's your trade. E-Trade. Start trading today at etrade.com.
Back on SportsCenter, Dale Jr.'s 6th career Cup Series wins at Talladega. That's tied with Jeff Gordon for second all-time behind Dale Earnhardt's 10. Talladega means bumper-to-bumper racing, and these kids know all about that. 20 laps to go. Pick it up. The big one happens. Tiny bit of contact between Chase Elliott and A.J. Allmendinger. This causes Elliott to spin out. He goes up on the wall. A pileup follows. Danica's going to hit the wall hard. Allmendinger ends up upside down. Everyone, thankfully, would be okay. Here's what it sounded like.
Oh, Elliott spins. He got tagged. He and Allmendinger spin, and they're wadding it up on the back straightaway.
Chase Elliott up in the air. A.J. Allmendinger on his side. You got Austin Dillon in the outside wall. Cole Witt, Trevor Bayne, also David Reagan. Joey Logano is in this. Also Brad Keselowski, the car of Michael McDowell. Others crash and collide. A.J. Allmendinger upside down, wheels up on the backstretch.
Couldn't tell who it was, and then 47 got out of the roof. Saw the 47 and the 24 roof numbers in my mirror.
What a mess. A total of 16 cars were involved in that wreck. Race would go to overtime, and on the final lap, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. and Kyle Busch battle for the lead. Stenhouse gets it off the final turn. Stenhouse in the lead, Busch hot on his tail, but he runs out of room. Stenhouse wins a close one, first win of his career. Dale Jr. finished 22nd.
Bucci main star of the nighttime, and let's grip it and rip it for my star. What a life John Daly has had. His life is a country song that includes making an album of them. His track, Hit It Hard, is like, for real, a good country song. Well, Big John is now on the Champions Tour. Just turned 51 years old, and on Sunday, he won for the first time in style. Bogeyed the final 3 holes for a 369 one-shot win over Kenny Perry and Tommy Armour III. Here he is on the 18th hole, gets it on the green. And on his walk-up, they had a big Arnold Palmer umbrella, his famous logo, on the fairway there as you walk up to the final, and a kiss and a salute to the king up above. The 51-year-old Daly winning for the first time since the PGA Tour's 2004 Buick Invitational, and he is drinking it in. Esteban Toledo there with the hug. A great image. John Daly, a winner again.
Just thanks to inspire all these wonderful people and all these people on me. Sticking to me, you know, it's pretty cool.
It is pretty cool. What a life, what a picture. Congrats, John. America's star and top play still on the way on this SportsCenter.
Take your time, take your time, take your time.
No need to hurry. Take it easy, take it easy, take it easy. No need to hurry. No slipping, no sliding.
The Corona can always finds its beach.
Metro News at 6.
Tom?
Hey.
Snickers satisfies.
It's a nail biter here in Indy.
No OT tonight. Ball game.
With the smooth finish.
Real smooth.
When you got flow, you know. New Gatorade Flow. All the flavor with a new smooth finish.
At Burger King, every day is deal day with the King Savings Menu. Get 3 fluffy pancakes for 89 cents, 2 flame grilled cheeseburger meal for $3.29, or 10 golden nuggets for $1.49. The King Savings Menu. All day, every day. Only at Burger King.
The markets can be very unpredictable. New York Life, on the other hand, is as consistent as my free throw shooting. They've paid a dividend to participating policy owners every year since 1854. It may not be sexy, but it works. Be good at life. New York Life.
Advil liquid gels work so fast, you'll ask, what bad back? What pulled hammy? Advil liquid gels make pain a distant memory. Nothing works faster, stronger, or longer. What? Pain Advil.
From the moment you see it, it commands your respect. You can feel its immense power. The only way to master it is to venture inside. Go ahead, dive in. The GMC Sierra. We are professional grade. Step up to GMC and get nearly $9,500 total value on select specially equipped 2017 Sierra Crew Cab SLT vehicles in stock.
Keep going down. There's a nice cup of tea for you down there.
Rated PG-13.
Don't let them do this to you. They're afraid. They're lying to you.
Once testing starts, there's no going back.
You're not what they say you are.
My name is Morgan Yu. Year is 2035. You have to destroy Talos 1.
Kill them.
Rated M for mature.
I love you, Mom, to the moon and back.
If you like it, it's from your son, me. If you don't like it, I think I saw your new neighbors drop it off.
And I wouldn't trade you for the world.
Happy Mother's Day.
Happy Mother's Day.
Making Mom's Day is easy with ProFlowers. Send Mom a dozen colorful roses in a glass vase starting at $19.99. Or for just $10 more, double the roses and get our relaxing spa set. To save 50%, click the mic and enter CHAMP for this special offer. Mother's Day is May 14th. Order today.
The choicest cuts of highlight beef. We call them SportsCenter's Top 10.
And this one out to center.
Picking apples, making pies, top of the 10th. How about that catch? Double Herrera. And then the Phils would go on to win and walk off again against the Nets.
At 9, Northwestern against Maryland. Shelby Fredericks, the pass to, what do you think, Liza or Lisa?
That's Liza Elder.
Liza Elder, watch this play. Behind the back.
Oh.
Bam. Maryland wins 8-9. We're all going to Bentley's.
Let's go to Wheezy's.
Or Wheezy's.
Number 8, look at John Wall. Boy, he had a lot of gasping plays. You hear the crowd go, ooh, ah, ooh, like that one. Wizards win.
Don't stop. Keep making that noise, please. At 7, Kentucky and Mississippi State. Amanda Ivy.
Wow, that's legit.
Leaps up to rob it, taking away a home run. She could have used some Ivy on that outfield wall.
Yeah, really. Kentucky won that game in 11. Meanwhile, South Carolina, LSU. Jacob Olsen to left. Watch Kramer Robertson cut this ball off, and check out the play by the catcher. This is the play. Scoop and tag. Kick save and a beauty. LSU wins in 10, 7-6.
Yankees, Cubs, Thought it would never end. This is from the 12th inning. Chase Headley. Oh. And Kyle Schwarber comes running in. According to advanced metrics, Schwarber's been one of the worst left fielders in the majors. Not on this play. Spectacular. And the faithful at Wrigley, they get it.
Number 4, Bobby Orr. I have the beach soccer package on the DirecTV, and I'm watching my boy Gabriel Gorey there. That's a selfie bicycle kick pass. Whoop. Score!
Minor League Baseball, Buffalo Bisons. I've been to a Bisons game. It's the Lehigh Valley Iron Pigs who were kind enough to send us hats.
Yeah, we got some lids.
Look at Daryl Ceciliani.
Go Pigs.
Leaps up and makes the grab. Ceciliani. The Bisons lose, but what a play.
World Hockey Championships going on in France. And how about this, France? They beat Finland 5-1. What a save by Florian Hardy, the France tender.
We're back to beach soccer.
Same game.
The goalie throws this one all the way down. Mohamed Makhtari out of midair and scores with a bicycle kick.
Beautiful.
That is sick.
You know 7-Up goes great with punch, but try mixing it with fresh cut fruit and sangria. It's the perfect drink for when you go raving in the desert. Like that time you told your wife you were at the regional sales conference.
Wait, what?
Remember, last March with Steve? Or use it to make a white wine spritzer, perfect for hanging out with 2 Chainz.
I love your rap music.
I have a helicopter.
Ooh.
We should be going. You don't like boats?
I like boats, and I love all these 7-Up mixed drinks. 7-Up, mix it up a little.
Tennessee. Told you I would get out of Lynchburg. I've handed me the keys to the most expensive spaceship in history. Baby brother, I'm gonna miss you. So until we see each other again.
Alien Covenant, rated R.
Just gonna do a little cut.
Jim. Yeah. I think you need to let go of the air booster. Why don't we sell it on Let Go?
I'll take it.
It's time to snap, post, chat, and sell. It's time to let go.
Take a look in the mirror, what do you see? Do you see it clearer, or are you deceived? 'Cause I'm only human, after all. And you're only human, after all. Don't put the blame on me. Don't put the blame on me.
Start your Sunday with a story. E60, Sundays at 9 on ESPN.
Just press clean and let Roomba help with your everyday messes. A full suite of sensors automatically guides Roomba throughout your home, cleaning under furniture, along edges, and in corners. And Roomba's patented 3-stage cleaning system agitates, brushes, and suctions dirt from your floors for up to 2 hours, recharging itself when it needs to, which means your floors are always clean. You and Roomba from iRobot. Better together.
Advanced technology. Durability. Adorability. And baby softness. Maybe not. It takes a lot to save a galaxy, but most of all it takes, confidence. That's why there's Hanes with Fresh IQ Advanced Odor Protection Technology. It's the smart way to stay fresh enough to take on the whole stinking universe. Marvel Studios' Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 in theaters May 5th.
Good enough dinner
Hey, should I heat up some nuggets for us?
isn't good or enough.
No, it's a plated night.
Yes.
So let's plan for great. We'll start with Plated.com. Plated delivers everything you need to cook great dinners at home. Whether you're a food-loving family or an adventurous duo, all the shopping and measuring is done for you. So all you do is follow the simple step-by-step recipes. Each week, you get to choose from fresh takes on classic dishes to culinary creations you never dreamed you could make, including dessert. So gather around the table and enjoy seasonally inspired dinners. It's fun. It's easy. Otherwise, it wouldn't be great. Go to Plated.com now and plan on getting your free Plated night. Our gift just for trying Plated. Plated nights will be your greatest nights. Plan on a free Plated night at Plated.com. Don't settle for good. Plan for great.
Sports Center, brought to you by Modelo Especial, brewed with a fighting spirit since 1925. Let go. It's time to snap, post, chat, and sell. It's time to let go and 7-Up. Mix it up a little.
You know, we call it The Six with Michael Smith and Jamel Hill. Sports, music, movies, much more. Style, personality. That's probably why I was on the show last week. Just saying. Join them weeknights.
Guilty.
6 p.m. Eastern. Sports Center on ESPN. Yeah.
So you're saying no other show has style and personality?
Not this one. We ran out of gas on this show.
That's why we started The Six.
A long time ago.
Wednesday night baseball. Hey, plan ahead. Wednesday night, Marlins and Cardinals, 7 o'clock Eastern time on ESPN. That NL Central is wide open right now, so Cardinals can take advantage.
Talking about Wednesday night baseball.
Yeah.
I imagine the polling closed before Chase and Shreve finished things for the Yankees. In the earlier vote for America's Star, congratulations, John Wall.
Yeah, he was outstanding. 27 points, 12 assists. He quarterbacked the 26-0 run. Which one of us has a bit of OCD in him?
More Sports Center coming up.
That'd be me.
This is Sports Center.
What ASAP 12V is to the ASAP mob, Steve Levy is to Sports Center. I'll play the part of ASAP Ferg, okay? Sure. Steve begins this awesome 90-minute Sports Center with an extra inning baseball game in Chicago.
Although I've always fashioned myself as more of an ASAP Rocky kind of guy.
True, good point.
Joe West was the #1 trending topic in the U.S. The Cowboy was behind the plate at Wrigley for all 18 innings of the Yankees and Cubs. Now, don't concern yourself with the first 8.5 innings. Pick it up when it gets good. Bottom 9, Aroldis Chapman on for the saves against his former mates. Cubs trailing 4-1. First and second for Albert Almora Jr. in the center. Addison Russell scores from second. Okay, it's 4-2. But a 3-run lead with Chapman on, it's like automatic, like money in the bank. Javier Baez singles by Didi Gregorius. John Jay scores. It's still 4-3. There's one out. Intentional walk to Chris Bryant. Anthony Rizzo steps up, and Chapman hits him. HBP. That's how Almora Jr. scores to tie the game. Chapman is out. Chappie. The first 3-run blown save for him since 2012. Top of the 12th now. Chase Headley. Foul ball down the left field line. Kyle Schwarber makes the grab.
Jeter-esque.
According to the advanced metrics, Schwarber's been one of the worst left fielders in the majors. But not on this play. What a grab.
Nice.
There's no padding there. All brick and mortar.
Oh, scrape, scrape, scrape. Oh, my belly.
Rizzo and the fans enjoying it. And we would continue on. Give me some more baseball. What do you say we go to the 14th? Runner on first. Here's Jake Arrieta. Grabs a bat. What's he gonna? Are they still selling beer in the 14th arena?
No, we're not. Smuggled in.
That's an old beer. Stale.
Helicoptered in.
Arrieta strikes out. Over 500 pitches were thrown in the game. A fresh set of baseballs needed. Somebody rub those up with that mud they use. Bottom 16. Still tied at 4. 1 on and 2 outs. Chase and Shreve had himself a game. He strikes out John Lackey. 43rd strikeout of the game. Ties the big league record for most strikeouts in a single game. That ended the 16th. It's the first ever Sunday night baseball game on ESPN to go 17. Pedro Strop gets Austin Romine. 44th K of the game. Sets the new record. In the 18th, Aaron Hicks lays it down, beats the throw. He'll go to second on a throwing error by Wilson Contreras. 2 batters later, runner on third. Starlin Castro. Ground ball to short. Addison Russell's throw home is offline, and Hicks comes in to score. The Yanks go up 5-4. We go bottom 18. 1 at reach, then an intentional walk. To the tying runs on second. Kyle Hendricks, a pinch hitter. And Chase and Shreve gets him. That's how the Yanks sweep. Late night buster with Castro.
Starlin, what was his game like to play in? oh, it's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. You know, good team plays. We not scored wrong. 18 inning. You know, I think that's the longest game that I play.
What was it like to play in that?
Oh yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty fun. You know, I go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. I think it's a great. The best thing is we won that game.
You and the Cubs set a record for total strikeouts in a game. What do you think?
Wow, it's unbelievable. You know, I think that's a game is gonna be in the people memory for so many years.
Yeah, so it was a long game. Lasted over 6 hours. 48 strikeouts total, as Buster said, the most in a game in Major League Baseball history. Get this, no hitter has struck out 48 times this season. Joey Gallo leads with 47. First interleague game to go 18. And according to our friends at Elias, the longest game in Sunday Night Baseball history, both innings and time, a manageable 6 hours, 5 minutes total. And now to the NBA playoffs. The Spurs and Rockets, Game 4. James Harden and Houston trying to get even against Kawhi Leonard and San Antonio. Patrick Beverley playing with a heavy heart as his grandfather passed away. Special moment for him. First points of the game belong to Beverley. Raises his hand up after he makes the basket. Tough moment here for the Rockets. Jonathan Simmons, the drive. He's fouled by Nene. After the foul, starts limping, goes to the bench, had to leave the game. Groin injury. Would head to the hospital to get it checked out, did not return. Harden and Leonard, they were leading their teams in the first half, as you might expect. Here's Harden, all by himself. He had 14.7 assists in that first half. Then Leonard, over a screen, hits the bucket, and he's fouled. That's a page out of Harden's playbook. Leonard, 14 points, 4 assists in the first half. Let's go to the third. Rockets up 8. Harden doing that little thing against LaMarcus Aldridge. Sticks a 3 right in his face. That's awkward and uncomfortable, and brilliant talent from Harden. And then later, another scary moment for Houston. Harden collides with Patty Mills, knee on knee. He'd be able to walk it off, come out of the timeout, and then I guess the knee's fine. Falling back, fadeaway 3 over Pau Gasol. Then Harden, when he misses, it's even okay, because Beverly has the board. Harden the kick to Eric Gordon. Get everybody involved. Rockets went on a 22-6 run in the third quarter. It's the NBA playoffs, and everybody makes a run. Rockets up 12. Harden over Simmons. And then in the closing seconds of the quarter, Harden to Ryan Anderson. Everyone involved. Rockets up 15 after 3. Let's go to the fourth now. Really more of the same. Houston by 15. And it's Gordon from 3 land. He had 22, and Harden enjoying it from the bench, and then says, get me back in the game. Put me back in. I got more 3s left in me. Harden had 28 and 12. Rockets win 125-104 to even the series. Here's James with a mindset heading in.
I just try to, like I said, play with pace. Once we got stops, just be aggressive, and whether it's getting to the basket or, making an open pass. But I think, my body movement was key. Just pushing the ball. But the whole purpose